Hey everybody, it's Pajama Life with our review of The Bride and the series finale of The Boys. Let's go.
It wasn't any accident. Everything we did it on purpose.
What's my name?
Oh.
I can't remember.
I am a monster.
Yeah, so am I.
There is nothing left to do now but live.
Wow. Hey everybody, it's Pajama Life with the dynamic duo, Pajama and David. Say hey to the people. Uh-oh. David.
And I'm going to have to come back.
Okay. All right. Well, we are going to be to the two of us today. Pat is having to deal with a family issue, and so we will talk about The Bride, which is one of the most interesting movies that I have seen in a minute. This is a wild reimagining of The Bride of Frankenstein, set in the kind of the Depression era, or maybe a little after, set in the 30s.
Yep. Right in the Depression era.
Yeah,
Right
and it is something unique, that's for sure. And I think there was a message about feminism and also some Me Too stuff and about aging actresses. Maybe it's a lot, and I think that's probably one of the downfalls of it. Is it's a lot and it's not as tight as it could be. But I just found this to be just such an interesting movie that it kind of made up for its shortcomings. It's an allegory that really turned the story of The Bride and Frankenstein kind of on its head. So, and Jessie Buckley is amazing. It's very different. And Christian Bale is at his Christian Bale-ness. And I just think it's something that is not all going to make sense, but it's certainly interesting to watch. David, what did you think?
I think this is one of the more innovative approaches. How often in a 12-month period do we get a chance to see two reimaginings of the Frankenstein story?
Right.
We've seen two of those. And again, I think it's so great after seeing from the monster's perspective in the earlier film. Now we're seeing the bride's real perspective.
Yes.
What an innovative and just creative, Frankenstein meets Bonnie and Clyde kind of, natural born killers kind of deal there in a couple of moments. I thought it was just so neat with hearing from, from Shelley herself in this.
Yes,
I thought it was fascinating with the interpreter. Oh, this was, I think, Maggie Gyllenhaal, and of course she has her brother in it in an interesting role.
And her husband.
Oh,
Peter Skarsgård.
Oh, okay.
It's her husband, yeah.
Okay. So
I know that's right.
That was real. I just was shocked. And Annette Bening, who was fantastic as the evil, mad scientist.
Was she evil?
I think when you're digging people up from a grave, I don't think you're starting on the good side. They ain't doing this. Isn't the Lazarus Project we're talking about here? Okay. I mean, it was kind of a Tom Cruise early movie of losing it kind of motif here with that. in search of,
Not Weekend at Bernie's.
not a week. Well, it was Weekend at Bernie's meets Losing It. Oh, it's just layers and layers. This candy onion just doesn't get any better. I thought this was fascinating. It's a movie that I really enjoyed, and I was really surprised at it. It wouldn't be one that I would normally sit down and watch, but so glad I did. I think people will really enjoy it. Maybe a little fun early teaser for Halloween.
Oh, you better believe there are going to be people doing this for Halloween for sure.
I hope so.
So I think we both agree you need to check out The Bride and decide for yourself and comment what you think here on our show. All right, next up, we finally come to the end. And what something did I watch? All right, let's peek at The Boys series finale.
We ain't surviving this fucking war. We are dead men walking. My power is absolute, but I have a bigger destiny.
Praise be. And what is it?
We think that Homelander is looking for the V1.
It's Thought's first iteration of Compound V. If Homelander got his hands on some, he'd be immortal.
And with the virus, while it still works, they kill every fucking suit on the planet. One last go. I'll take that as a yes.
Okay, David, I'm going to give you the first go at it.
Well, this is a incredibly violent show that, as you listen to the folks who brought it from the comic books to the screen, will tell you they could have made it a lot worse, which is shocking when you see
know how they could have made it worse.
The gratuitous levels of violence and everything else. And yet, I don't want to give a spoiler away, but man,
go ahead. I put out there that this was going. Just beware if you haven't seen it. We breaking it all the way down.
I don't want to see dogs be hurt in shows.
Yes.
I don't want to see dogs die in anything. No injured animals ever. I don't know. I mean, Lord forgive me for not having as much sympathy for people as I do animals, but I don't ever want to see an animal hurt in a movie. I ain't taking time to do that. That said, this show, and I'm going to compare it, believe it or not, to Veep, because Veep was a show with
Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Thank you. I couldn't get her full name out there. And that cast a kind of a comical, satirical, surreal look at how Washington works with the political appointees and how they're doing things on the Hill. And the show actually kind of, at a certain point, it decided, my gosh, we're actually giving policy talking points and proposals for the worst people in the world to take and try to implement, which actually happened. If you watch episodes throughout, you see a lot of what they were joking about and they couldn't really be done, that, my gosh, has actually happened. Yet, and the reason I bring that up as a comparison, that show was like, you know what? We don't want to be responsible for this. We're going to stop because we can't make fun of a world that is this crazy. This show, it doubled down and it said, you know what? We know how bad it is, and we're going to take it that next level to show it. And there are moments in this show that we see that, my goodness, it actually came to fruition in the last few months, with some of the things with the religious fanaticism, not just as a Christ-like figure, but donning the images and apparel thereof. So it's gritty. It's a little too bloody for me. I'm not sure that I'm really open to watching sequels or prequels or whatever's coming next, but it was a satisfying end in my mind as we saw the demise of where absolute power absolutely corrupts, and we see the cowardice lurking when the facade of strength is taken from a bully.
Okay, but that is my beef with it.
Yeah.
Because I just don't believe they were true to Homelander's character at the end. I don't think that he would have done that at all. And him crying and begging and pleading and saying he was going to do something to see if they could just save him. And that totally, to me, was a betrayal of who he was. I believe that he would have just been like, well, F you and go ahead, kill me, but to do what he did, I just that kind of ruined the episode. My second problem is how they have treated the Black characters on this show.
Mm.
1, you killed A-Train. 2, you killed Black Noir. Then you had Sister Sage becoming an imbecile. And that, I was just like, this is more attacks on the Black woman. I just that didn't sit well with me at all. This is just a continuation of what I've talked about. And check out my video of the attack on Black TV. And Black characters now. And so that to me felt like a betrayal of the show. And I just was pretty disgusted with that. Now I'm gonna set that aside because I have been a fan of the show since the very beginning. I've watched all the seasons and multiple times.
Yeah, you like it better than I do. That's for sure.
And so that kind of ending was just kind of like, what? And then what they did to Butcher, I was like, come on now. Now, what I don't know, and maybe somebody out there could tell me if that is true to the comic series, and if Butcher was killed by somebody close to him. And I did like that. This is the thing. They kept Butcher's character all the way to the end when the Kessler, the guy dressed up, shapeshifted into Kessler and said, this guy is evil. He did everything, he was a horrible person. And then Huey, in his innocent kind of way, was like, is what he said true? He's like, fucking right, it's true. I mean, every fucking word, I think is what he said. That's true to Butcher's character and true to what happened to him, all the way to the end.
Yeah.
So I that's why it kind of disappointed me that they did that to Homelander's character. Now I've looked at what the creator Eric Kripke said that they had no idea, and it was beyond their imaginations, that what they wrote, that something like that would actually happen. They couldn't have. That was just so far-fetched to them. And unfortunately, we're in what we're in right now.
Yeah.
But, I think that this also is a trajectory of fascism and totalitarianism. And when you have somebody who espouses that kind of belief system, this is what you get. And so this show just took it to the extreme. But the creators had no idea that any of it could actually happen. But I think
again
that I did like their fate was Ashley Bashley like that, and the Deep. Oh, I thought it was amazing that they brought in Samuel L. Jackson as the hammerhead shark and told him in his classic Samuel L. Jackson way, if you come in this water sea creatures were like, oh, this is for Ambrosius. We're gonna get him. It's for Ambrosius. And he died really horribly. I just thought that was so horrible, but it was just such a.
We can tell that with the smile on your face, Pijama.
It was so fitting because I think it was an interesting discussion he had with, I think it was Starlight, when she said, see what he's done, look at what he's done to you. And he's like, I want to be him. You know, that is kind of the MAGA crowd in itself. Yeah. They want to be Trump, and so that's why they act the way they act. I mean, that's just who they are at the core of themselves. So I thought that was a really good conversation they had on the show. And I think that Huey and Annie, that final scene, I was like, really? Come on. That was like, what? No. And then, okay, so here's another thing that's weird about it, which is if he put the formula in the water system, okay, at any moment it still could happen that, God forbid, there's a fire in the 7 building, because then they're all gonna die. I was like, come on now, that don't make sense. And then I tell you, the character who won ultimately, Stan Edgar. Edgar was the true winner of The Boys. Once again, Giancarlo Esposito is
Moth Gus, baby. Moth Gus.
Moff Gideon wins again. So definitely felt like his arc was the best arc of the
I can see that
series. So, but it's definitely except for the last 15 20 minutes of the show, it was a great show. Dealt with a lot of great issues. I'm sad to see them go. I hear there's going to be Bot Rising.
Yeah.
And one other show. The Boys Mexico. I don't know what that's all about. So that is what's coming up. I think I might check out, because I really did like Soldier Boy and his arc. I thought that was Homelander. What he did to Soldier Boy was true to Homelander.
Interesting. Okay. I think with the way that he lost his powers, and this way we'll agree to disagree, but I think at the end of the day, a bully, however strong they are, when they have been stripped of it, of their position, presence, whatever, I think the cowardly little boy or cowardly little person, the young child, that baby comes out. And I think
they took it too far with what he.
Well, I mean, he was.
I thought that was. I just don't feel like he would have done that. He was very against that, even for himself. So I can't really even see him doing that. That was just that. I just no. I thought that
some of that genre
to try and make that point.
Yeah,
I thought they went a little too far.
Too far.
But
okay,
we can agree to disagree.
Yeah,
he still got what was coming.
He did. He did.
So we definitely got to see Homelander get his just desserts. Well deserved. But definitely very interesting show, and hopefully they'll have some creativity in these next series. We'll see. We'll probably check them out. But definitely It's, I guess, is it? I think it's still a review that you should go and watch The Boys in its entirety. It'd be
Yeah, start from
interesting
season 1.
to watch from season 1 to season 5 to see all the character arcs.
Yeah.
And see where they went in the series. All right.
And while they might have killed A-Train off, my understanding is he actually had a much more heroic arc in the show than he did in the comics. Just saying.
Yeah. I think Huey killed him in the comics.
I think so.
And pretty early on, I think. And yeah. I mean, you could say it's heroic, but they just killing off Black characters in TV nowadays. So, and it was more satisfying because if you saw in the first episode, he killed Huey's girlfriend by running through her.
Yes.
And because he didn't care about people really, he was kind of a degenerate at that point. But at the end, he had that awakening and had grown even to where he was able to repair his relationships with his family and then have a similar thing happen and ended up making the right choice to not kill somebody inadvertently. And then it was able to turn his, and then unfortunately, then he met, his fate.
His fate.
But it was still kind of some BS. So that in the meta kind of way, I don't like it. But it's a nice character arc for him. But definitely check out The Boys. Oh, we're sad that Pat is not here.
Yep.
He really loved that show. And we're also praying for his family right now.
Yeah.
And
Love you, guy.
yeah. So next week we will watch. Oh, I can't wait. We've been waiting since the trailer came out. Go check out our trailer. Spider Noir is out next week. Wow. So we're gonna watch it. We might, I don't know, see how you guys think, but we might pick that up every week to talk about each episode.
What day does it come out?
The 30, I think Wednesday. I think
Okay.
it comes out Wednesday.
Okay. Outstanding.
Yeah. And then we're going to check out the new season of Citadel. Oh man, is it action packed? So we definitely want to check that out. David, you got any final words for us?
I just want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. And I know in the very near future, and I can't wait, I'm chomping at the bit. We're going to be able to talk about The Mandalorian at some point very soon.
Yes.
And everybody, I would just say, come back, watch this show, come in and watch some of the older episodes because truly, this show is the way.
Yes, this is the way. And it's going to be the way Tuesday night. We're going to review, or maybe earlier. I don't know. We're going to review The Mandalorian and Grogu. Woo, 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 woo.
Yeah.
Dun-dun. That beautiful score and the bad baby. So we're looking forward to the little Ed Zellens and the Huts and everything that's coming up on The Mandalorian and Grogu. And we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.